so glad that you agreed to be interviewed today.
Sure.
I will be asking you a few questions just to get to know you better. How does that sound?
Great. Let's go.
Great. Then let's get started. How has your job experience at New York League been so far?
It has been really good. I have to say I have never been busier in my whole life, but I really like it a lot. I like the new people I get to work with. I like going new places. So I really like it a lot. Thank you.
Students experience difficulties finding jobs after they graduate from college. In your opinion, what factors contribute to these hardships?
I would say that one of the things that contributes the most to students having a difficult time finding jobs after they graduate is that I think that the cost of living has gone up. I mean, it's a fact that the cost of living has gone up. People, I think, who are older can no longer afford to retire as soon as they used to, or as early as they did at one time. So now they're working years later past retirement, and so those jobs are still being, taken up. If you look on the websites, employers might say must have 2 to 3 years of experience, and it's very difficult for students when you're like, I want experience, I would like to have experience, and how will I get it if no one ever lets me try? So I think I would say those are probably the top 3 things that make it difficult.
What, if anything, can be done to help students obtain employment?
I would say that having internships be a part of school, maybe a mandatory part of school.
Do you feel that more individuals coming from underrepresented groups, such as individuals with disabilities, are at a greater advantage of receiving employment, or do injustices still exist?
I think certainly today, more than ever, I believe that folks with developmental and intellectual disabilities are at a better advantage to get a job, especially after school, than ever before, because people are more aware, people are more, they've been more educated in the field of disabilities. Although I do strongly believe that there are still huge injustices.
In today's world, it is so rare for our youth to read books. They prefer to use their iPhones, computers, iPads, among other technological devices. What book do you think would motivate our generation to read?
I think one of the biggest books that made an impact on my life and motivated me to want to read, and I think would maybe do the same for younger generations, would be a book called Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. And it's a book about books being outlawed in a future society. So it really provokes thinking about what would that look like and what would happen if books were ever outlawed, and it kind of makes you appreciate them a lot more.
What additional steps can you take to balance between reading and using technological devices?
I think that's a tough one, because I know that some people use technological devices to read and to even help them read, because they can expand the screen, they can make the words bigger, they can highlight on the screen. So, and especially with kids being taught today on iPads, they're naturally gravitating towards iPads as they get older, and probably thinking that books are not cool. And So it's tricky because I have a personal preference for books. I like them a lot more than iPads because I like to write all over them when I read. But I think probably I would say modeling.
Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
It was a pleasure interviewing you.
Thank you.